and nightmares, and it is time for some answers. I have all of the questions that were asked of me during my last giveaway. There's about 24 in total. Well, actually, a little more. A few people asked a few questions. But I thought I'd break them up into groups so that I can make um, relatively short videos when I'm answering these. Um, so the first group is pretty much comic and movie related. So I thought I'd answer those in this group. There's about 6 questions, and I'd answer those, and I'll get to the other questions in other videos. Um, so I'll call this Q&A Part 1. First question is, Geeky Cool Family wants to know, what franchise or fandom do you like that you haven't mentioned before? And that is a challenge. I think this is number 370 something ish, maybe even higher, 380. I've made a lot of videos. I've mentioned a lot of franchises, but I think I have one that I have never mentioned before. I am a big fan and enjoyed them. I'm going to say both because there's 2 TV shows that I used to watch that operate in the same universe, because they actually managed to have, I think, a couple crossover shows where characters from one show went into the other. The Sci-Fi Network had a TV show called Eureka, and also a show called Warehouse 13. Absolutely loved both of those shows. Very quirky, very science-based, very well, one was very science-based and one was very history-based, but dealing with artifacts. Anyway, those are 2 shows from the Sci-Fi Channel. Absolutely love to watch. I have them on down in my movie collection, TV show collection. I really love the characters from both of those shows. I enjoyed watching them while they were on the air. I feel bad that they weren't as long-lived as they could have been, but I did really enjoy both of those shows. So I hope that's a good answer to that. Definitely, if you've never seen them, they're worth checking out. Eureka and Warehouse 13. Calligraphy Forever wants to know DCU or MCU. And that is always a loaded question, because the assumption and presumption for DC fans, and you're talking about the comics and the movies, I'm assuming, and there's some crossover into television and that as well, because there is a growing Netflix presence of Marvel, and there is also a decent DC growth of shows as well. Anyway, for me, I have always enjoyed watching the movies like Superman with Christopher Reeves and Batman. I think that Michael Keaton did an incredible job starting out with that, with the 1989 movie, and Christian Bale had done a decent job as well as Batman. But when it comes to DC, my passion and love for the comics and the DC world revolve more towards the Vertigo end of things, with Sandman and Animal Man, and we have seen some crossover into TV with Lucifer and Constantine and Preacher. So I've really enjoyed seeing those coming onto TV from that part of it that I really enjoy from that. But I have always been a big, huge Marvel fan, and with the X-Men movies and Wolverine movies and Spider-Man movies, and with the shows on now with Luke Cage and Iron Fist and Punisher and all those on TV, I lean more towards the Marvel side of things, because I've also, like I said, enjoyed those movies throughout the years. But DC is gaining some ground, at least for me, in the fact that I have really enjoyed that they have brought some of those other stories to the small screen anyway. And we'll see if they can. And well, Constantine, actually, with Keanu Reeves, was brought to the big screen. I think he did a decent job with that as well. And that kind of answers one of the other questions as well. Is um, what are my three favorite comic characters? I'm gonna lump Sandman. He's called Dream. He's called Sandman. He's called Morpheus. Three different names for him as well. He is the Lord of Dreams, and his sister Death. They're both in the same story tale. So I like both of them um, from that story, and then John Constantine as well. And I've already mentioned Wolverine. Um, when we talk about my favorite movies, it's really difficult to picking your favorites from all the different possibilities and things that you can choose. These are the three that I have, these three movies right here are the three that I usually mention because these are ones I love to watch over. I could watch them over and over and over again. But it depends on what you're talking. If we're starting to talk romantic comedy, whole different ballgame. We're talking horror, whole different ballgame. As far as what my favorites are, but Heath Ledger's A Knight's Tale. I could watch this over and over and over again. I really enjoy this. Some great actors and acting in this. I love this movie. Brandon Lee, The Crow. Once again, this is taken from a comic book as well. Very great acting on his part as well. Nice fight scenes in here as well, but that's one of my favorites. And then the entire Indiana Jones franchise, but especially this one here, Raiders of the Lost Ark. If I have to pick the top three for movies, usually these are the three that I would gravitate towards. That was a question: top three favorite movie characters and top three comic character. Sorry, three favorite movies and comic characters from Adrian G. Next question is from 64-page special. Simple question from him was why Wolverine? If my favorite comic book character is Sandman, which seems he's not a very Sandman is a almost godlike. He's one of the endless that lives in his own realm and world and is part of the dream world and lives in and out of dreams. But dreams also encompass nightmares, and those are part of who and what he is as well. I like him because he's a complicated character. He has a backstory, and there is an interweaving of all these tales and stories and dreams and things for him. I think of the same way as Wolverine. He is a vicious and savage guy, no doubt. When he gets angry, when his claws come out, he's going to start hacking and slashing and killing people. There is no being nice with him as far as uh, being a superhero because he isn't holding back. But there is a part of him as well. There is a history to him. There's a complicated story there, and he is a very interesting character to read about because of his past and his history. And he is the reluctant hero. He is one who will stand up for people. He does have a heart under all that gruff exterior, and he is willing to put himself in danger to protect others. And like I said, there is kind of a soft side to him in that as well. So like I said, there is a dynamic there that makes him one of the most interesting. At least, like I said, I love the X-Men. I've read all the books, comic books, and that over the years that I've been able to get my hands on, whether it be X-Force, X-Factor, X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, all of the books that I've read over the years. I really do enjoy them with the New Mutants as well. But he is one of those, like I said, he is the most dynamic character for me that I enjoy reading because he's so complex and complicated, and that I don't know if that's an overcomplicated answer to a simple question, but and then the last one, no, I have two more here. Sorry, Shy Girl has, have you seen the Wonder Woman movie yet? And I did go see that last week. Really enjoyed the movie. I am a fan of Wonder Woman. I have enjoyed watching it. I did watch it when Linda Carter was Wonder Woman back in the 70s. And I like that genre of movie, the 1940s, 50s, World War II period. that it was set in. I really do like movies from that period. That's why I'm not a big Captain America fan, but I like that first movie too because it is in that genre of that World War II period, 1940s, 1950s. And so that is one of the reasons why I really kind of did enjoy this movie as well. Um, and also was asked uh, by her as well, did you like it? And what comic related movie are you most excited about? For me, I did some digging. I found out that there is going to be a release of the New Mutants in 2018. It's the one comic book line that I probably collected completely myself from the comic book stores, read them over the years, and I have a full run of them finally, and I really enjoy the characters in the New Mutants, and I was hoping that eventually, because they did finally pull some of the characters with Cable and Deadpool out of that group that had become X-Force. Now that they're going to do a New Mutants movie, I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing that. Last question in this group that I'm going to answer comes from W.I. Clawer. If you could meet one movie celebrity and why, several of them I like to meet that have passed. That's part of the problem in answering a question like this. I like actors that have a wide range of acting. Um, they are, like I said, they're the most people that are going to have the most interesting stories as well. People like Alan Rickman and Robin Williams or Gary Oldman are actors that have such a wide range of characters and acting that they have that I would just love to sit down and talk to them because I'm sure that they have just incredible stories to tell. Hi guys, sorry about that. Appeared my camera ran out of juice, so I had to switch it over, put some more batteries in it so it would work right. Anyway, I want to say thank you to Geeky Cool Family, Calligraphy Forever, W.I. Clark, Adrian G, 64-page special, and Shy Girl for the questions that they asked. Those are the first 6 that I've answered. I hope you enjoyed the answers. If you did, hit like, subscribe if you want to watch more, and feel free to leave any feedback or comments down below. And thank you.